What does a maxed out AMD gaming PC look like? Well, to find out, I went and I bought every single PC part that you need to build the ultimate AMD gaming PC. I'm talking the most expensive CPU, the best graphics card that they can make, and top of the line, the rest of the components. And this was the dollar amount that we spent on this. And no, this is not sponsored by AMD. I'm just addicted to building gaming PCs. So let's build this gaming PC, do some stress testing, and see what kind of FPS it can get us. Starting with the CPU, this one is the AMD 9950X3D, and this bad boy ran us around $570 on sale, and MSRP's at $700, but this almost dropped it. But this bad boy runs AMD 3D V cache technology that is supposed to give us the best results when it comes to gaming. I'm really excited because this is the first time I'm using this CPU in any PC build, and I've heard some crazy things about this guy. Now, to give that respectable CPU a motherboard that is worthy of it, we went with the Tough Gaming B850 BTF, or back to front technology, which means all the connections on this motherboard are on the back, which is gonna basically give us 0 cables to look at, which I'm super excited for. I've never done a BTF build before, but this guy ran around $270, and it's gonna come in white to match the aesthetic of this PC build. Now, for the elephant in the room, which nobody wants to talk about, the RAM. I was able to get 32 gigs from Corsair. This is the Vengeance series with RGB strip on top. 32 gigs running at 52 mega transfers per second. This will be plenty. I didn't want to drop my entire credit card balance on just the RAM, so this is what we ended up with, and I'm super grateful because we actually got a good deal for around $270. Now, thankfully, this is gonna actually be my main PC, so I'm gonna be moving my M.2 SSDs to this new PC. Don't have 1 terabyte, not 2 terabyte, but 5 terabytes of M.2 SSD. When I first bought these, they were like, I don't know, maybe $400 total, but this is valued around $1,000 now because of the prices of SSDs, which is really ridiculous. But we're gonna be putting 5 terabytes of SSD into this PC.
Can we talk about like the political and economic state of the world right now?
Now, to continue with our white team, we got the XFX RX 9070 XT, the Swift model. This is one of my favorite GPUs in this series because this thing is literally Swift. That's how it looks, in my opinion. But I'll show you guys more about it in a second. And this bad boy ran us around $740 from Best Buy. But in my opinion, price for performance, the 9070 XT might be or is the best GPU you can get, hands down. I mean, I will literally debate you on this because of all the testing I've done so far. This GPU is one of my favorites. Now, for this behemoth of a thing, this is the PC case that we're gonna be going with. So this bad boy is the brand new Corsair RX 5400 chassis, and this is a tri-chamber chassis. We're talking there's one here and there's one that's open here and one in the back, so there's 3 chambers. And this PC is designed crazily. It's split into 3 different sections. This section, the front section, is mainly for the GPU airflow, which sucks the air from the bottom, and the top just one line like this. Over here you can see this is enclosed, and it's because this entire chamber is designed for cooling the I/O. So basically you mount your I/O here, there's no hot air coming from anywhere else. Basically your radiator and the air comes in and out. That's designated just for the CPU cooling, which should improve temps. And then this section right here is all enclosed in the back for power supply cooling as well. Very interesting design. I've never seen anything like it, and I'm actually super stoked to try it out. It did come with 3 high-end pre-installed ARGB fans at the bottom. We're gonna be also adding more fans to it, which is the LX120s. We're gonna have reverse fans and normal fans. So we're gonna add fans over there to the I/O and fans to the top, which is gonna give us a unified look with the RGB. And to continue with our theme, we're actually gonna be using the IQ Link Titan 3.6. This is also from Corsair. Bro's probably watching and thinking, wow, Corsair really likes you. They sent you all these products. It's true, they do really like me. But I do also like them a lot, so that's why we're gonna be using them. Get over it. And wouldn't you believe it, we have one more Corsair product for the power supply. We got the RM1000E. This PAC will give us plenty of powers for what we need, so we're gonna be going with this one. It's even white to match the theme. Okay, now to build this PC, the first thing that we need is a mouse pad. And you're like, a mouse pad? What are you talking about? Listen, I am a firm believer that if you build your PC on a mouse pad, it's gonna give you more FPS. That's just what I think. Sue me. Okay, to start building this PC, we need to grab the motherboard out of the box. And because this motherboard is a BTF, you can see that all connections are on the back, and it even has a foam. That way you don't just put it and bend any bends. You could literally put it like this on the foam and it's protected. You can do your business and you don't have to worry about the pins. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't realize that. The first thing we gotta install is the CPU. So you wanna open it carefully without cutting yourself or dropping the CPU. That has never happened to me before, so I don't know why I said that. And to install our CPU, basically we wanna unlatch the CPU socket holder. Open it carefully so you don't bend any of the pins on the CPU socket. Take your CPU out gently And as you can see, every AMD CPU and Intel CPU usually has one corner that basically shows that's where the corner that needs to match on the CPU socket. And over here, you can see there's unmatching. You can see right here, there's a little bit corner, you can barely see it. So basically you want to align that with this. Gently, don't press hard. Now it's seated, you can see it's not moving. Drop down the holder and then press, and this is just going to pop off. Boom. Okay, that pretty much wraps up our CPU install. Next, we're going to be installing something that I really don't want to buy anymore, which is RAM, because I want cheap RAM again, okay? To install our RAM, we're going to use the second and the fourth memory channel. That way we get the best speeds we can get. And then you want to basically listen. And then second one, same thing. Breathe in for me. Done with your RAM. Okay, and the final step to prepare our motherboard, we got to install all of our storage. We're going to be using the M.2 SSD ports. And once I figure out where those are, then I will be golden. I feel like it should be here somewhere.
15 minutes later.
Okay, now we can actually install SSDs that we found the slots. The main one is right here. So same thing, just easy, put it in. And then we're gonna grab this shield and remove the piece of plastic that's usually on the back of it. That way it can cool our M.2 SSD. This is actually really cool. All of these SSD slots are toolless. All I have to do is just put them in and lock them up. There's no screws involved. There's nothing. I love how easy this motherboard has it going for us. And now we got this guy, which even has a heatsink on it, and it has the two pads, so we just gotta remove the plastic. If your motherboard comes with a plastic, you gotta remove that. That way it doesn't melt on your M.2 SSD when it gets hot. Now that pretty much wraps up our motherboard prep. We just realized that this PC case literally opens like a fridge. Like, you can literally store in your cheese and meat, a couple steaks in there. Let's get it naked. Bro, calm down, bro. There's one screw that basically holds this door inside in place. So now it just comes off like this. I'm all for this like new curved glass design. I've haven't seen much of it, but I really am all for it. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, like I have reviewed a lot of PC cases. This one is just built different. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the AIO in here. Okay, so we've swapped out the fans on the AIO, and the installation is really interesting. We removed this basically acrylic plastic part that separates this chamber from that chamber, and then just ran the AIO through here. And the nice thing about the IQ system, it's linked to one system, and all the fans are just going to be connected like daisy chained, and then all the information when it comes to the ARGB and the fan speed and the temperature is all via one hub, so I don't have to have like a billion cables. And at the end, you'll see how little cables we have here. Now all our fans are connected through one cable, literally coming out of this IQ system right here, connected to the bottom fans, connected to these fans, connected to these fans. Next, let's install the power supply, the motherboard, the GPU, and then we're done. Okay, first we're gonna plug in all of the cables that we're gonna be needing. So the 24 pin, the CPU pin, and the GPU cable that we're gonna need. So the motherboard is in. Here's one of the cool things about this power supply. It actually comes with a 12-volt plug, so you plug it into the power supply. And on the other end is a 2x12, so you can plug it into the AMD motherboard, which is kind of cool. So you don't have to use two cables, just one cable powers the GPU. All right, now we can power our power supply. I love PC cases that have so much space. Just makes your life so much easier. And now we're gonna put the motherboard in the case. What I like to do personally is actually lay the case on the side, just because it's so much easier to bring in the motherboard. Just drop it slowly, like it's hot, without messing anything. Don't do what I do. Do what I say, don't do what I do. Man, this motherboard looks so clean with like no plugs on the front. I love that. We're gonna put in the AIO since we're already in this spot. So we're just gonna mount it. The also nice thing is this one comes with the thermal paste pre-installed on the copper heatsink. So that's also makes our life easier. Thank you, Corsair. Now we gotta flip this thing back up and then plug everything in the back. Okay, now for the crazy part. Actually connecting the cables is just all through the back. That's like so sick. You don't have to be pinching your fingers and cutting your fingers left and right, trying to plug in your cables and putting them in tight places that you shouldn't be putting them in.
What do you mean by that?
I love the way this GPU looks. It's so good and clean. Look at that, built-in GPU bracket. That's cool. Now the question is, will it turn on from the first time? Okay, now for the moment of truth. Does this PC turn on from the first time? Fingers crossed. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
There is RGB. Man, this looks pretty. Ah! New CPU installed. I'm clapping for myself, I guess, at this point. Clap. Wait, you're holding a camera. Might be the prettiest PC I've ever built, I'm not gonna lie. Man, this thing is sexy. Okay, after a bunch of fights with Windows, we got the PC running, but the first thing we're gonna do is stress the crap out of it. I wanted to beg for mercy. So we're gonna be running Nova Bench, which is basically gonna stress all the components that we have, the CPU, the GPU, I don't know, the fans, me too, is probably gonna stress me too. But at the end of this test, it's gonna give us a score and it's gonna tell us where our PC ranks compared to other PCs in the world. So I'm hoping we get a good score, so let's see. The stress test has finished, and if you come closer right here, you can see this system ranks higher than 98% of all systems tested. We're on the 98th percentile, baby. That's actually way better than I expected it to be result-wise, I'm not gonna lie. Our total rank came at 7,910, which I don't really know what that means. All that means that we're doing really well. Right now we're in Fortnite, we're playing at 1440p, DirectX 12, and we're not gonna be doing upscaling. We want raw performance, baby, no fake frames. We're playing at TSR high, 3D resolution is 100%, so we're gonna be utilizing the 1440p. We're gonna play with medium to high settings, so let's see what we get. Hey, we're in the game, and we are hitting 240 FPS, 250 FPS. Raw performance, 250 FPS. Yeah, let me show you. See, I like this pose. This is how I play.
This pose is really good.
Yeah, it's, you know, focused, locked in.
Oh.
Is that a double? All right, anyway, let's play some better games. Next, we're gonna be doing one of my favorite current games, which is Forza Horizon 6. I love this game. I'm literally addicted to it. I've had already like so many hours, but I wanna see what kind of FPS we can get. And mainly, I wanna see how good this game can look. The auto detect system has decided that your PC should run this game on extreme. So we're gonna say, okay, just run it on extreme. What are you gonna guess? If you guess wrong, you don't get paid for today.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna say like.
Do you know what FPS stands for?
Frames per second?
There you go. Hired. You get paid either way. FSR 4.1 is disabled. We're playing at anti-aliasing AMD. And then if you come in the graphics, we're playing at extreme and ultra. Look at this. And we are hitting 140 FPS. The game looks phenomenal. 140 FPS. And the CPU is only getting utilized 25%. The CPU is bonkers good, man. Okay guys, well there you have it. This is what a maxed out AMD gaming PC looks like and functions like. The answer is, it functions very, very well. I'm very happy with the result. The PC turned out looking really good, and most importantly, it performs really, really well. I'll leave all the links to the PC components that we use in this build down below in the description so you can check them out for yourself. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.